Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram. And in this part of the Cricket Happening Show, we are going to look at two things, three things in fact. One would be the Indian Premier League 2015, where Delhi Daredevils finally got off the mark. They played some two close matches and finally now, Delhi Daredevils have done a good turn for themselves, as they were probably going to have the ignominy of having the maximum number of consecutive defeats. But I would say, goodness gracious, Delhi Daredevils won this match against the Kings 11 Punjab, who were having a hot streak, one could say, in this Indian Premier League 2015. Were stopped in their tracks, and Delhi Daredevils went on to win the match by 5 wickets. So that is a summary I will be doing about that. And then, as far as the third day's play at North Sound in Antigua was concerned, it was a real, a very good performance, I thought, from the Englishmen, as Englishmen got the West Indies all out for 295. The feature being Jermaine Blackwood getting his maiden Test century. A fighting 100 from Jermaine Blackwood looked pretty impressive, and a bit shaky with the short ball, I thought. And well, the West Indies conceding a 104-run lead, and James Anderson still has to wait. Another still 2 more wickets to go to usurp that Ian Botham record. And England finished 116 for 3. Essentially, they were 220 runs ahead. And a piece of cricket news too coming in from South Africa. It's Jack Rudolph who has said goodbye as far as South African cricket is concerned. He has quit South African cricket. He will continue to play in the English County League, as you know. He plays for that particular team. I think he plays for Glamorgan, I suppose. He's the captain of Glamorgan, and he would be playing there. So that's the news. But definitely, I'll be looking at greater detail on the third day's play between West Indies and England at North Sound in Antigua. But first, let's head off to the 10th match of the Indian Premier League 2015, which was played at the Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium. And the team that was under pressure here was Delhi Daredevils. As I said, if at all Delhi Daredevils had lost this match, they would have got the ignominy of being having the most consecutive defeats in any IPL competition. But well, I'm sure they were saved here. Kings 11 Punjab were the ones who actually had strike first, and they put up a score of 165 for 7 of 20 overs. Virendra Sehwag was pretty impressive. We saw that Virendra Sehwag played some 2 very good strokes. In fact, he deposited Imran Tahir over the fence for 2 sixes, and he also hit 4 fours and 2 sixes. And the opening added 33 runs between Murli Vijay and Virendra Sehwag. Sehwag contributing a very good 47 of 41 balls, 4 fours and 2 sixes. Murli Vijay making 19 of 18 balls with 2 fours and 1 six. Ridhiman Saha was very an odd dismissal coming in from Amit Mishra, the leg spinner, actually slipping on a Yorker at some good pace, and Ridhiman Saha was surprised as he tried to hoik him down the leg side, had his stumps uprooted. He was gone for 39 of 28 balls with 3 sixes. Miller was bowled by Duminy for 5. And other than that, there was not much to come from. Maxwell, well, in his very short tenure at the crease, it was Imran Tahir who went on to pick up 3 big wickets there, because what he did is first he bowled to Maxwell on the onside, and Maxwell tonked him for 2 sixes, 2 glorious sixes on the onside, powerful ones at that. And then Imran Tahir started, he bowled a full toss outside the off stump, which Maxwell accepted the bait, and he was caught by Tiwari for 15 of 5 balls with 2 fours. Bailey made 19 of 11 balls, 1 4 and 1 6 before becoming a victim of Imran Tahir, and Imran Tahir also got the wicket of Akshar Patel for 13 of 10 balls with 1 6. Rishi Dhawan was not out on not, and the Kings 11 Punjab, they had 165 for 7 on the board of their 20 overs. As far as the bowling was concerned, Nathan Coulter-Nile was a picture of economy. 3 overs, no maiden, none for 14. In fact, Nathan Coulter-Nile gave a tough time to Virendra Sehwag, one thought there. Muthuswamy played today in his first game. 3 overs, no maiden, none for 24 for Muthuswamy. Matthews, 3 overs, 1 for 23. Mishra, 1 for 34. Mixed up a lot of deliveries of his. Imran Tahir, well, he had to buy his wickets today. 4 overs, no maiden, 3 for 43 for him. Yuvraj Singh, 1 over, none for 9. and Dumini 2 overs, no maiden, 2 for 16. As far as the Delhi Daredevils were concerned, the start was not so good. Shreyas Iyer was consumed early, caught Anurit Singh bowled by Sandeep Sharma for 6 of 5 balls with 1-4, and JP Dumini was run out by Akshar Patel for 20 of 19 balls with 3 fours, but Mayank Agarwal, the opener, was doing a fine job by tonking a lot of boundaries and sixes, and when the score was 53 for 2 when Dumini departed, and that saw the entry of Yuvraj Singh into the mix. So Yuvraj Singh joined Mayank Agarwal, and then it was totally dominated by Mayank Agarwal and especially Yuvraj Singh, as both started really pummeling some very good strokes, and Yuvraj Singh in particular was playing some very good pickup strokes. In fact, he heaved Akshar Patel for 3 sixes in a single over of 4 deliveries, hit some beautiful boundaries with those effortless ease that Yuvraj Singh is known to do, and Mayank Agarwal was also matching Yuvraj Singh stroke for stroke, and this partnership was really going bonkers, as this was the one which really set the tone for the Delhi Daredevils, when from 53 for 2 it was a 106 run partnership, and it occupied almost 11 overs, but it was splendid stuff. I mean, more than 100 runs of probably 70 odd balls, which was splendid stuff, and well, it was Yuvraj Singh, after playing a very entertaining knock of 55 of 39 balls with 5 fours and 3 sixes, and also done loads to his confidence here, playing his first real knock of note here for Delhi Daredevils, and Mayank Agarwal was there, and finally Angelo Matthews was there, but Mayank Agarwal was dismissed by Anurit Singh for 68 of 48 deliveries, 7 fours and 2 sixes, and in the end Kedar Jadhav was out to Patel for 3, but nothing to really worry about. Angelo Matthews was there to take them to victory, not out on 6 of 4 balls with 1-4. Tiwari was not out on naught, and Delhi Daredevils in the penultimate ball of the 20th over, in the penultimate ball of the final over, won the match and saved themselves from the ignominy, and this was their first victory in the Indian Premier League 2015, and also their first victory in Indian Premier League after quite a long time. So well done Delhi Daredevils, 169 for 5. And as far as the bowling was concerned, Sandeep Sharma 4 overs 1 for 30, Anurit Singh 2 for 33. Mitchell Johnson today was looking a bit off colour, as his 7 overs was taken for 43 runs. Rishi Dhawan 3 overs none for 23, Akshar Patel 3.5 overs no maiden 1 for 28, and Maxwell 1 over none for 10. And Mayank Agarwal of Delhi Daredevils was named man of the match. So Delhi Daredevils finally getting their victory under the belt, the first victory under the belt for Delhi Daredevils. Well, so tomorrow there is another match which is coming up. I just need to see my calendar as to which is the next team which is playing, so I'll come back to that later. Let's head off to the third day's play between England and West Indies at North Sound in Antigua, where West Indies resumed their innings. As you know, Shivnarayan Chandrapur and Blackwood were there at the crease, and well, they pushed on the score, and the second new ball was also taken, but it was a good partnership which could not add 100 runs. Chandrapur was as usual, slowly grinding it out there, and also Blackwood, and then finally the wicket was taken. Even though the new ball was taken, I thought it was a good job done by both Chandrapur and Blackwood, but then Chandrapur and Blackwood, let me tell you, was really tested by the English bowlers, especially by I thought Stokes tested him, and also Stuart Broad tested him with some short deliveries. He probably was not so confident of handling the bouncer, but I'm sure experience will definitely do him a lot of good, and that's what it precisely happened as Blackwood went on to his maiden century. But the first wicket to go today for West Indies was Chandrapur, when James Treadwell, the run-arm off spinner today, in fact was amongst the wickets. In fact, he had figures of 26 overs, 12 maidens, 47 runs and 4 wickets. He first picked up the very important wicket of Chandrapur for 46 with 8 boundaries, which made the score 192 for 5, and then the score slowly moved to 277, and it was Broad who picked up the wicket of Dinesh Ramdin, as Dinesh Ramdin trying to flick a delivery outside the leg stump was caught behind by Butler for 9, but 2 fours, which made the score 277 for 6. and then there was a real procession once Ramadan was gone, as Holder was the next to be dismissed. Treadwell was on a real roll there, as he picked up 4 wickets. He picked up the wicket of Chandrapal, then he went on to take Ramadan, he scalped Holder's wicket, and he also took the wicket of Roche, as he took 3 wickets there. In fact, Ramadan was wicket was captured by Stuart Broad, as you know, but Treadwell was amongst the wickets today. It was very good to see after a long time that Treadwell was doing a fine job. So Roche was gone for 5, and then there was not any tail wagging. But the good thing for West Indies was that Jermaine Blackwood was pretty impressive. As I said, he was what one saw from Jermaine Blackwood was when the new ball was claimed, and probably Anderson would have been looking out for his record at Ian Botham, but well, it didn't matter for Jermaine Blackwood, as he in fact came forward and lofted James Anderson over for 4. And well, he was not I mean, he was not a person who was really perturbed, I would say, but probably the shorter ball was something which he needs to really learn to tackle. We saw that he struggled with the short ball in South Africa too. Well, he's still a good puller of the ball, but definitely there are something needs to be ironed out as far as Blackwood is concerned. But he showed some good technique, and finally it was there for all to see, as West Indies were all out for 295, and Blackwood getting on to his maiden Test century as he pushed the ball down the ground for a boundary of Anderson. And finally, when West Indies were all out for 295, it was thanks to Jermaine Blackwood, who was not out on 112, his maiden Test century there, with 14 fours and 2 sixes, showing lots of application and determination at the crease there. Ben was caught root bowled Anderson for 2, and Anderson, as I said, took 2 wickets, but still he has 1 wicket to equal Botham's record, Ian Botham's record, and then he has to take 1 more wicket. So he will get one more bite of the cherry when the West Indies will be batting second. But then, so 295 all out meant that West Indies conceded a lead of 104 runs to England, a very handy lead at that, because I'm sure after looking at the way James Treadwell bowled, one has a feeling that the team which is going to bat last, especially the West Indies, are going to find it pretty difficult to their comfort, I would say, when they are going to play last. Let's have a look at the English bowling figures there. As I said, Anderson has to still wait. He requires another 2 wickets to go past Ian Botham's record, and he bowled 22.6 overs, 9 maiden, 67 runs and 2 wickets for him. Anderson, the second new ball was the one which did the trick for England there. Broad 22 overs, 2 maidens, 267. Jordan 23 overs, 8 maidens, 1 for 46 for Chris Jordan. Stokes also had a battle with Jermaine Blackwood. Blackwood was tested, but then Blackwood came out of the shell and stroked Stokes for a few boundaries to settle the scores there. Ben Stokes 19 overs, 3 maidens, none for 64 for him. Treadwell, as I said, the most successful bowler, 26 overs, 12 maidens, 47 runs and 4 wickets. England in their second dig started off with Alistair Cook, the captain, and Jonathan Trott walking into bat, and with West Indies 104 runs in 8 overs, England were pretty confident, and we saw that that confidence really got the better of England here, because what happened was that Jerome Taylor went on to pick up 2 wickets pretty quickly as he rocked England with 2 wickets. The first wicket that he took, Jonathan Trott on his comeback test match had a dismal time here, as what he did was Jonathan Trott was moving his feet and trying to drive a ball which was going away from him, and in the process he edged the delivery, and Ramadan behind the stumps did the rest. So he was gone, got Ramadan bowled Taylor for 4, which made the score 15 for 1. And then Alistair Cook, what a shot that was. Such a shoddy shot that Alistair Cook displayed here, because the ball from Jerome Taylor was well outside the off stump. There was no reason for Alistair Cook to go and fish at it, and that's what he precisely did. And well, we saw the dismissal of Alistair Cook, caught by Ben in the gully region of the bowling of Taylor for 13 with 2 boundaries, and England were in trouble at 20 for 2. And then we saw Ian Bell, the first innings centurion, walking in to join Gary Ballance, who didn't have a good game in the first. Well, Gary Ballance once again tested with the ballers bowling round the wicket line to him, but this time Gary Ballance managed to really keep the bowlers at bay. But Ian Bell, he got into a serious misunderstanding, I would say, as far as running between the wickets was concerned. Gary Ballance didn't respond, and Ian Bell was run out. That was a big wicket for West Indies, run out by the combination of Devendra Bishu, the substitute, relaying the ball to Ramadan, who took off the stumps, and Ian Bell very sadly was walking back to the pavilion, run out for 11 with 2 fours, and that was the time England sink further into trouble at 52 for 3. But the good thing for them was that they had the 104 runs which was there for them, so they were 156 for 3 essentially. And after that it was left to Joe Root, who played a fine hand in the first innings. Once again had to do the bulwark, and in fact Gary Balance was the one who actually did the bulwark, I would say. Joe Root was just giving him company, but also Joe Root was playing with lots of confidence, one could say. And Gary Balance and Joe Root then saw to it that England wouldn't be losing any wicket, as Gary Balance ground himself to an unbeaten 44 with 5 boundaries, and he was tested, as I said, but he really stood the test well. Joe Root was not out on 32 with 2 fours and 1 6 towards the close of play, when stumps were drawn on the 3rd day of the first test match here between West Indies and England in Antigua. England 220 runs ahead by closing the day at 116 for 3. And well, I'm sure England would like to tomorrow morning, once again with the due factor coming in, West Indies would hope that they could do the repeat of what they did in the first innings, because it's very essential for West Indies to nip up some English wickets pretty quickly. Otherwise it's going to get too late, because as I said, the pitch is already showing signs of some wear and tear, and tomorrow is going to be the 4th day, so it would be pretty interesting to see how England cope, and one would probably see West Indies out there in the middle batting too. Well, England are the ones who are at an advantage now. As I said, they are 220 runs ahead, which is good, and I don't think England should be allowed more leeway by West Indies. If at all they even go hit around the 320 or 350 mark, I'm afraid that West Indies can have a tough time here. Well, with some with the wear and tear of the pitch, because we already saw some balls biting from James Treadwell, as we saw earlier. Let's have a look at the bowling figures. Jerome Taylor did a wonderful job by getting the openers back into the pavilion. 8 overs, 4 maidens, 12 runs and 2 wickets for him. Kemar Rose, 9 overs, 1 maiden, none for 32. Jason Holder on the money, 7 overs, 3 maidens, none for 20. Suleiman Ben, 9 overs, 2 maidens, none for 34, couldn't get a wicket there. And Marlon Samuels, 5 overs, no maiden, none for 13. And as I said, England 220 runs ahead. We look forward to a very interesting day's play, which is coming up on the 4th day. And as I said, the onus will be on the West Indies to nip up some English wickets pretty early in the morning. Otherwise, it can get too late, and the score could also mount, and that could cause problems for West Indies, because, as I said, on this very tricky pitch, West Indies will be batting last. Well, so that sums up my my report as far as this 3rd day's play is concerned. And now, just before I leave, one piece of news saying that Jack Rudolph of South Africa, as you would remember, Jack Rudolph played 48 tests for South Africa. Well, as you know, he is the captain of Glamorgan, as you know, so he has said that it is goodbye as far as South African cricket is concerned. He amassed 2,622 runs, and his career average was 35.43. So, as you know, Rudolph has also played for Yorkshire. He was a middle order batsman. Couldn't really cement a place in the South African team, but well, he has said goodbye as far as South African cricket is concerned, calls it quits, and he's now going to be playing for Glamorgan. As you know, he's the captain of Glamorgan, and he says that he would like to finish his playing days by playing for Glamorgan throughout. So well, so that really brings an end to this cricket show of mine today. Hope you all loved it, and you will be getting more cricket happenings from your host Ram tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.